Van Gogh.
No, of course. Call the meeting to order. Let's all rise for the flag salute. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow for invocation, please. Lord, we are thankful that we have the opportunity to serve our constituents in this community. We just ask for your wisdom and your guidance in all the decisions we make, and pray that there be no selfish motives behind any of our decisions, and that everything would be done to help make our community a better place to live and work. We ask these things in Jesus' name. All right, we'll open the floor for citizens' comments. Does anyone would like to come before the council and speak?
Got to approve the agenda.
Oh,
Approval
I
of
was
the
just going
agenda.
off the-
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay, I guess I got ahead of myself.
It's okay, I always try to skip that part too.
Okay, take a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, now we'll open it up for citizens' comments. Keep comments to 3 minutes, and so if you just identify yourself for our clerk so we know who you are and what your concern is.
Okay, my name's Chris Cole. My wife and I own a business that operates at 103 North Main. And there's some property on, with that Santa Fe, right over here, that is vacant. And we understand it's going to be up for condemnation. And just wanted to let everybody know that we've contacted the property owner, made an offer, and have been trying to purchase the property for ourselves, so that hopefully maybe at some point we come to you and ask to rezone as commercial property and open our business, our snow cone shop there. So that's that.
Able to get a hold of the property owner?
We did get a hold of him. We sent him a letter, and he called us back. So he said he was interested in selling it, and we've just been talking back and forth. So nothing final, but we've been talking.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Darlene Pulsmeyer. I live at 427 West 3rd. I was wondering if there's any way you guys can shorten the 4th of July days. Because people will stop at 10 o'clock when they're, supposed to, and I have to stay up late to get my dog to go out to potty. When we left the 4th of July night, because it was like the street was, little kids were darting across in the street. We're trying to drive to get out of town so we can just avoid it. Because I'm as patriotic as the next guy, but I think the number of days is ridiculous. I mean, who needs to fire off firecrackers? Firecrackers, what, 7 days?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your name for me?
Darlene Pulsmeyer.
Pulsmeyer? Okay.
Well, that's just part of the ordinance, and we're just feeling that in the past we've allowed people to apply for permits to sell, and to shorten the time, we'll be sort of shortchanging them as well as the people that are buying.
I know, but at least maybe cut off the 5th, because I got a neighbor, he does it on purpose. He's like, oh, I want to get you. And he just waits till it's 9 o'clock and he starts firing stuff off. It's like, okay. So, okay, I just wanted to come make my thoughts known, because, I know there's a lot of other people that feel the same way I do, but that's all. Thank you.
All right, is there anyone else? All right, we'll close citizens' comments. We don't have any appointments or proclamations until we get.
Nope.
We'll move on to the consent agenda. Approval of the minutes, accounts payable. Anyone have any questions concerning the minutes or accounts payable which is body? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second.
Second. All right. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll move on to B, unfinished business. Consider the resolution for condemnation of 101 North Cedar Street.
Thank you very much, Honorable City Council. Quick background, and maybe not so quick of a background. On November 11th, 2020, the code enforcement officer, being myself, did a preliminary investigation into the property located at 101 North Cedar Street. It was found to be in violation of City Goddard Code under Chapter 4, Article 7, unfit habitation, and a certified letter was sent to the property owner allowing 30 days to elapse to begin the process of bringing the property up to the standards of livability. The property owner did some mitigating work to the yard, but failed to bring any overall improvements to the property itself. And so the resolution was signed, 21-04, scheduled a public hearing on March 15th, 2021. On that day, Mr. Kimple, the property owner, revealed he was going to sign over the property to Mr. Jason Griswold. Mr. Griswold would help bring the property up to date with finances provided by Mr. Kimple. In a recent conversation with Mr. Griswold, and this is in the past, of course, as revealed, Mr. Kimple did not intend to pay for the rehabilitation of the property, and Mr. Griswold has backed out of the deal, finding it unfavorable. A recent review of the property records show that there has been no transfer of ownership and is still under the ownership of Mr. Kimple. On April 29th, the code enforcement officer and Sedgwick County building inspector did another review of the property to assess requirements for code compliance from a building perspective. On May 3rd, the governing body was updated on the status of the property and expressed desire to reconsider condemnation. On May 17th, the City Council and the Mayor signed Resolution 21-22, scheduling a public hearing for July 6th, being today. Quick analysis again, the City Council is considering signing a resolution for condemning the property at 101 North Cedar Street. If the City Council signs the resolution, the property owner has 14 days to pull a demolition permit and complete demolition of the property to standards set by the Metropolitan Area Building Construction Department, MABCD, within 60 days. Failure to complete the demolition of code within the timeline given to the property owner result in the city raising the property itself. After demolition of the property, the City Council at the discretion consider eminent domain for bringing the property under the ownership of the city. And these are some of the pictures that you've seen before, and they're also included in the agenda packet. There is a small cost associated with publication and is approved as a form. It is recommended the City Council sign a resolution to condemn a property located at 101 North Cedar Street. And I'll open it up to questions, and obviously you heard from the gentleman who's expressing purchasing the property from Mr. Kimple. He was also informed that no matter what happens, that property would have to be demolished. So either at his expense or the expense of the property owner, if the lien was put on the property, if the city has to condemn it, then that's what we would do.
Okay, any thoughts? We're going to make a motion on the signing the resolution to
So, you'll still be able to buy it even if we do this, right?
the city would own it right now.
Well, what'll happen is, if the resolution is signed, either
They'll have 60 days to,
it doesn't matter who has it. Basically, either Mr. Kimple, if he owns it during that time period of 14 days to 60 days, 14 he has to commence the work, 60 has to be complete. Either he has to pull a demolition permit, or Mr. Cole can pull a demolition permit if he owns the property. Either way, that building has to come down no matter what. If either Mr. Cole or Mr. Kimple fails to pull a demolition permit, the city will raise the property with no further public meetings, and we would put a lien on the lot. So at that point, it would just be an empty lot. Once it's been demolished, there would be a lien on the property. Mr. Cole's welcome to buy an empty lot from Mr. Kimple. Mr. Kimple technically would still have ownership of that lot. After which, if the city decided to step in and own that lot, we would just file it in court, an eminent domain, and we would go through that legal proceedings with the city attorney and any other legal considerations. So, but if the city council signs a demolition resolution right now for condemnation, it would just be to remove the building. Technically, Mr. Kimple would still own the lot. After which, you'd have to have a second hearing to actually consider if you want to have eminent domain or not.
It's basically removing the building and cleaning up the lot.
Yes, so removing the building, this would be complete, so this would be a complete combination of the building and the lot. So that would be removing any junk or trash that's actually on the lot, any structures or any other type of just general miscellaneous trash or environmental issues or code compliance issues. All of it would have to go away.
We would recoup our money in the sale of the lot if we sold it then.
Yeah, so the lien would be put on the sale of the, and I think we would be able to recoup that loss through that. And we are also allowed to sell the salvage if there is any, to recoup that loss as well, if anyone would want to go through that process as well.
In the worst case scenario, if we raise the property, we lien the property for the expense of raising it, we can always file suit to foreclose that lien and force a share of sale of the property and use the proceeds to pay off the lien. So there are a number of different ways in which we would eventually get repaid. If we raise the property, we lien it, and Mr. Cole subsequently buys it from the current property owner, then the proceeds from that sale would first go to pay off our lien, and only the remaining balance would go to the seller.
So how does that work? If he buys it from Mr. Kimple after we've demolished it, how does he make sure that his money doesn't get sent to the property owner and then he's just out that money and has to pay us?
Typically, you would get title insurance, and you'd go through a title company, and the title company would make sure that the proceeds go to paying off the lien so that he would get clean title. I mean, that's how the buyer protects themselves and ensures that the proceeds are used to actually pay off the liens on the property and the seller doesn't abscond with it.
Well, we came a long ways to this point, though. We did have you do that, do everything for this, so I'll make a motion to sign the resolution and condemn the property located at 101 North Cedar Street.
Second. Second by Michael. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And it'll be resolution 21-33.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Mayor and Council. Item H1 is the resolution for authorizing the offering for sale of general obligation temporary notes, Series 2013-3 for Phase 2 Arbor Creek Addition improvements. This is included in the staff report, which just recounts the Phase 1 improvements that occurred back on May 6, 2019, with the June 21st, 2021 Phase 2 improvements with the authorization resolutions 2128 through 2131 for sanitary sewer Phase 2, stormwater sewer Phase 2, paving Phase 2, and water distribution Phase 2. All the improvements are financed 100% by the improvement district and 0% by the city at large. This map's also contained within the agenda packet, which just kind of shows Phase 2 in the blue, with Phase 1 being contained in red. And you might have saw this previously at the last council meeting when we did the respread agreement. I thought this was simpler than showing all the other improvement maps. The resolution authorizes the mayor, city clerk, financial advisor, which we have Brett Shogren of Stiefel Nicholas here, as well as our bond counsel, Kevin Cowan of Gilmore and Bell, and other city staff to proceed with the preparation and distribution of a preliminary official statement, the notice of note sale, and to authorize the distribution of the preliminary official statement and notice of sale to interested parties. The resolution also authorizes the mayor, clerk, and other officers and representatives of the issuer the financial advisor and bond counsel to take the actions that are necessary to effect the sale. The issuance is a general obligation temporary note, which means that the full faith and credit and the taxing authority of the city is behind the note. This is a standard special assessment note within the special assessment process contained in Kansas statutes 12-6A01 at SEC. The improvements are to be financed 100% by the improvement district. The developer owns 100% of the district and is the sole petitioner. The issuance complies with Rule G32 of the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board. The proposed documents have been constructed by bond counsel Kevin Cowan and reviewed as to form by City Attorney Ryan Peck and will be effective upon passage, so these won't be published in the paper. It's recommended, if there are no questions at this point, for either Ryan, Brett, or myself to consider and approve the resolution authorizing the offering for sale for the general obligation temporary note series 2021-3 for Phase 2 Arbor Creek improvements for the city of Goddard, Kansas.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion that.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And it'll be resolution 2134. Did I say 21 last time?
Was the last one a resolution?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Honorable Mayor and City Council. This would be item H2, sound application waiver and fireworks display Summer Ball Showdown. So, quick background, baseball tournament, Summer Ball Showdown will be coming to Goddard on August 4th through the 8th and will be hosted at the Goddard Genesis Baseball Diamonds. This event will have fireworks, live bands, food, and will potentially have a head count of around 17,000 to 21,000 people over a 5-day period during the event. The fireworks will be displayed on Friday and Saturday, 6th and 7th from 9 p.m. until midnight. David Bosch, who is helping run the event, has asked if there are any special permits or approvals he would need. He has informed the City Council. He was informed the City Council needs to waive the sound amplification ordinance for the bands and anything that pertains to noise levels, which would also be bans of the fireworks. The Summer Ball Showdown link can be found in Exhibit H.4B, which I guess would be H.2B at this point. Current regulations are found in the Code of the City of Goddard, Chapter 11, Article 13, loud noises, and Chapter 7, Article 3, fireworks. So, quick background on that one. On the analysis over here, you have sound amplification and then fireworks. It's no person in an open space or within a structure, whether on public or private property, shall operate or permit the operation of any sound amplification system so that the sound is plainly audible at a distance of 150 or more feet from the sound amplification system. The only exemption is the system is used in authorized public activities such as parades, fireworks, sports events, musical productions, and other activities which have been approved by the governing body of the City of Goddard or Department of the City of Goddard authorized to grant such an approval. The bands will be playing on Field 4, which is in the agenda item. And fireworks, it shall be unlawful for any person, firm, or corporation to give any public display of fireworks without having first obtained a permit thereof. The governing body of the city may, in its discretion, grant permission at any time for the public display of fireworks by responsible individuals or organization which such display shall be of such character and located discharging fire as such be fire hazard and endangered persons or property. So right around here is where they're going to be having the band. The sound is actually going to be, from what I understand, generating this way, so they're going to try to avoid having it project that way out to the industrial. They're actually going to have it try to project backwards into the stands, and the fireworks are going to be shot off right around this area as well. So this ordinance will basically cover temporary waiving of loud noises and the issuance of the fireworks display. Financially, there is none, and it's approved as to form. It is recommended City Council approve the waiver for the sound ordinance and the issuance of fireworks display permit for the Summer Ball Showdown event. I will open it up to questions, comments.
Do you know what time they're planning to shoot the fireworks off?
Yeah, so the fireworks are going to be shot off around the same time as the band or around on the same days. That was generally going to be, from my understanding of it,
Okay.
August 6th and 7th.
Okay, because the schedule shows that the event will occur from 6 to midnight.
On the event itself.
Mhm.
They told me between the hours of 9 and midnight on August 6th and 7th that we
9
shoot
and midnight,
fireworks.
okay.
Is there a way we can pin them down to when they're gonna shoot the fireworks off, or it's not after 11 o'clock or whatever, 10 o'clock?
It's at your discretion. If we want to amend the ordinance so that they have to be done by a certain time, we could do that. They've asked for approval to shoot them off between 9 and midnight. If you want to amend that time, we would just change the ordinance, and the approval will say amend the ordinance such that the time frame has been constrained such as approved by city council. And then we would notify the gentleman that they have to be done by a certain time that you would approve.
Well, it'll be at least for the fireworks, I think. 4th of July, we shut it down at what, 11 o'clock?
11, yeah, it was a special extenuating circumstances on July 4th to go to 11. Every day leading up to July 4th was 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to the council, but if you let them shoot it off at midnight, there's gonna be a lot of people up here mad.
Right. We just had that discussion, didn't we?
On this, it says on the 6th, which is Friday, concert starts at 7, fireworks at 10. So I can't imagine they're gonna shoot fireworks for 2 hours. Maybe they are.
Maybe they will.
And then on the 7th, it says show starts at 9, but it doesn't say when the fireworks are starting, which this is a Friday, Saturday that they're wanting to do.
Yeah. I mean, you still got people getting up going to church in the morning too.
Yeah.
You
I think we say it needs, the fireworks at least needs to be done by 11.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And I-
done by 11 is good.
I think we need to also put it on the Facebook page, send, will we have another Goddard, the thing in the. Yeah, that thing. Put it in there. Do we still have the TV station? No, we don't have that. Just get it out there to the public so they know, hey, this is what's going on, because then they can't say they weren't warned.
Yeah, I'll definitely work with Thatcher to make sure it's published.
Probably put it at the water bill or something.
Yeah, that-
We need to make a motion to allow that, or?
Yeah, so the motion would be approve the waiver for the sound ordinance and issuance of fireworks display permit for the Summer Balls Showdown event with the provision that it shall not exceed 11 p.m. on those days expressed in the ordinance.
And will it be an ordinance itself, waiving the ordinance?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll need,
First,
A
there would
roll
have to
call
be,
as
yes.
well.
And first there will have to be actually, a motion to waive the reading of the ordinance
Mhm.
and then a roll call.
Okay, so make a motion to waive the reading of the ordinance.
Second?
So,
Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve the waiver for the sound ordinance and the issue of a permit for a fireworks display for the Summer Ball Showdown event for fireworks to end at 11 p.m. on both the 6th and 7th of August.
Any motion, or second?
Second.
Second. Any roll call?
Councilmember Leland,
Yay.
Councilmember Zimmerman,
Yeah.
Councilmember Trailer,
yes.
Councilmember Proctor.
Yes.
And it'll be ordinance number 871.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Mayor and Council, H3 is for a replacement HVAC system for the chlorine building. The chlorine building is a vital part of our city's water infrastructure. It houses the chlorine, sodium hypochlorite injection system, and the sodium hypochlorite itself, which is used to sanitize the city's potable water. Due to temperature-sensitive nature of the sodium hypochlorite, the building is air-conditioned in the summer to reduce loss from that associated with evaporation, and to also maintain a good operating temperature for the chlorine metering pump. In the winter, the building is heated to reduce potential for freeze damage to the equipment in there as well. The existing HVAC system is aged and worn out and requires replacement. These systems don't quite last as long as a regular building system because of the caustic nature of the air in there with the chlorine. As I said, the system is worn out. The HVAC system in the chlorine building is worn out and inoperable and needs to be replaced. We sought quotes from 5 vendors. You can see them all there. They were all within about $1,000 of each other, but the best bid was submitted by local business T&T Heating and Air. That's for the complete replacement of the HVAC system for $5,150. We are requesting spending approval for that amount to replace the HVAC system in the Chlorine Building, and the funds will be allocated 100% to the Water Reserve Fund.
Do we have any specifications on what the units had to be as far as their cooling ability?
Well, I didn't see that. They all follow the same specs. I don't have them here. It's a very small wall unit that is one enclosed system that offers the air conditioner and the heater. So it's a very small item. It's about the size of about half of a door. It's a real small item. Legal approved as a form. Any additional questions?
You didn't have to have any electrical work done on that too?
No, sir. That's electrical's ready to go. The body of the old unit's there. They'll pull the old one out, and the compressor in it and everything is shot. Right now we're keeping it cool with a small, cheap little window air conditioner unit. Make sure that equipment doesn't get damaged. But no electrical work, just plug and play essentially.
All right, what are the recommendations to anyone?
My recommendation that we approve the HVAC system with T&T, right?
Yes, that's correct, yes.
T&T for $5,150.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you, council.
Honorable Mayor and Council, Council Member President and Council. Just some images is mostly what we have to report this week, showing continued progress on the second floor of the hotel with the health facility immediately behind, and you can see the child care center just on the other side. This lower concave portion of the structures where the competitive swim area is, with that elevated higher part being the water park for the hotel and the guest residence. This is a view looking back to the south where you can see the health club, the glass in place of the child care center, and then again the competitive swimming with the water park. And just another view from July 6th showing the progress on how they've now enclosed it with the tan fascia.
They've got all the second floor beams up today.
Just showing some construction, some footings in place at Arbor Creek. We'll make sure that obviously that the sidewalks and everything are in good working order when it's all said and done. Just another view looking back to the southeast. $41 of 59 lots sold, phase 1. This is Clover Leaf facing northeast. And then you can see the new construction for phase 2 with phase 3 obviously. That will eventually go further back east, and then the image facing east on the one-way cul-de-sac. We have 50 lots in phase 1, and then 46 lots in phase 2 with 34 for phase 3, which are the tan. So far phase 1 is constructed, phase 2 is currently under construction, which is that darker gray. Showing continued construction progress on the far northwest corner of Elk Ridge. Just another home site under construction in Elk Ridge, into the south. With the progress on Rustic Creek, that was slowed down somewhat with the road work preparation from the recent weather. And then You can see that the Brahms is open, and then it's obviously Dairy Queen's still doing good business during that time as well. Our next council meeting will be 2 weeks from today, well, from Monday. As today's Tuesday, we'll have the second quarter report, budget workshop, we'll have zoning classification, some sign regulation discussion, and then have community center wrap-up findings in August, as well as a review of the building design standards that were discussed with the planning commission as well. Are there any questions over what I presented so far? And if not, I would like to welcome Captain Beagley as the interim chief as we move forward here for the next period of time. And then I'll have a slide to some of the evolution of staff once we have the full bench as the mayor's away for vacation. So at that point, we'll kind of give a rundown for the bench and the public for Captain Beagley, and also formally acknowledge Micah with his elevation to Community Development Director with this recent, he's completed his Master's of Planning through USC, so we're excited for that as well. All right, that concludes my report. Thank you.
I want to thank Public Works for getting street sweeping going this week. Appreciate that. Neighborhood's looking nice.
Yeah, thanks. Captain, wait, which one now? What are you now?
You can call me
Still
Chief.
Captain. Chief. Now you're chief. Thanks for stepping up to the plate.
It's always be a captain to me.
Appreciate you. And also Public Works.
Oh, yeah?
All the streets we
Man. So did you have a new badge? Is that no?
Still a captain.
Same one? I mean,
Yeah, at least gonna polish it for
are
you.
you gonna?
Can't tell I polished
Do you have a
it?
special vehicle now?
Nope, same vehicle.
Well.
Put a new
okay.
stereo in.
We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Public Works, yeah, they did my yard for me. It's awesome. Within 8 years.
You're just trying to stir it now.
You're giving me palpitations.
Had a good fourth. Hope everybody else did.
Well, I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm a little bit jumpy about seeing Brooke, because every time I see him, it seems like it costs us a lot of money.
Yeah.
I will be more than happy not to bring anything expensive again if I can help it, trust me.
Larry, you don't have to see him every day like I do.
We did get the pump in well 7 and the building's up tomorrow. Electricity should go in and then we'll be pumping water again.
And we'll have a nice, pretty picture for you at the
Yes.
next council meeting.
Twice a day, drive past my house.
All right. Did we have any executive session?
No, sir.
All right, I guess that concludes our business. So I take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. All in favor, aye?
Hi.
34 minutes.